What is up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P, back here once again. You already know what it is. It's Friday, party, fun. But one thing is for certain and three things are for sure when you see me on your TV. And number one is that the Motor City Cats are indeed back at it. Number two, we came to give you stats, not none of that static. Number three, whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. And that is probably the most important number of them all. Number three. And you might be asking yourself, how, Don? How does one keep their Lions news pragmatic? Well, it's very simple. I'm glad you asked. It's 3 steps. Now, these 3 steps can come in any order, but it is all about subscribing, liking, sharing, subscribing, liking, subscribing, sharing, subscribing, whatever you do, because sharing is indeed caring. And once you have shared with your uncles, your aunties, your cousins, your play cousins, your steps, your grands, you have indeed cared about those people. Sharing is indeed caring. We got some stuff to get into today. We will be talking Detroit Lions 53-man roster positions. We're going to get into that a little bit later. We're going to start out with some disrespect. What up, though? Just a fan. I'm going to pop this chat out because, and then I got like, I'm saying, I got three cars. I got to work, I'm saying, somebody, I'm talking about. I don't like doing that. So I'll pop the chat out so I don't have to do that. All right. So we got the chat right here. Just Fan says, now that Stat Flannel is unemployed, you should get him on as a guest on your pod. You know what? I could do that. I would have to reach out to him on social media. We would see if he would reply and if he would agree to come on. Yeah, no problem. We could. I'll let him know. Just a Fan wants him to come on the show as a guest. So let's start out with some Detroit Lions disrespect. And obviously it comes from CBS. If there's a network that hates the Detroit Lions more than CBS, please let me know which one it is. Okay? PFF hates the Lions. However, PFF is not a network, right? It's not one of the big CBS, NBC, ESPN, so on and so forth. So CBS comes out with the wide receiver duo rankings, and they rank the Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams, number 5 in the league. Surprisingly, the Philadelphia Eagles, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith were number 1 over Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So you had Chase, T. Higgins were number 2. Then you had Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. And then you had the Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Now, the Cowboys one is probably, it can't be the weirdest. The weirdest is A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. A shout out to the Detroit Lions having the only duo which both eclipsed 1,000 yards. But I digress. We're number 5, even though both of our receivers in that tandem eclipsed 1,000 yards. One of them hasn't even played with the other. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb have never played together because George Pickens was just acquired by the Dallas Cowboys this offseason. So he's not played a single snap on the opposite end of CeeDee Lamb. Not an actual NFL game. Maybe they played in the preseason. I don't know. I have not been keeping up with the preseason. Quite honestly, I'll get notifications from Twitter. Like the NFL has posted some highlight that happened in the preseason. I'm like, oh, there was a game on. No idea. But the only reason I know about the Lions games is because they're Lions games, right? And then I stream them. So it is what it is. Let's see. Stats versus facts. Yes, exactly. Stats versus facts. That would be the segment if Flannel came on. Stats versus facts. So again, there's nothing that the NFL can do about it. The NFL loves the fact that all these networks are so inconsistent. They love the fact that all these networks are so just chatting rubbish, right? Just they're not spitting facts, they're spitting crack, right? They're not spitting facts, they're smoking crack. I understand a projection, okay? But a projection over an actual, again, stat, right? Or an actual fact, or an actual sample size, actual evidence, empirical evidence is what you have with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams. You have none of that with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Now, CeeDee Lamb by his own right and George Pickens by his own right, and then you would go, oh, that must be dangerous. But you don't know how it's going to work. George Pickens is a notorious crash out, which is why he played 2 years with the Steelers, and on year 3, they were like, bye. Okay? Was it 2 years or 3 years? I digress. He didn't get through his rookie contract on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay? So the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin, known for being able to manage, divas, wasn't able to manage or willing to manage George Pickens for too long, got him up out of there. So you got Dak Prescott, who takes heat in the media. I forget which teammate was it. Was it Trayvon Diggs who called him a biatch? It was like, biatch. That's what he said to Dak Prescott. So you got a lot of stuff going on. We don't know how George Pickens is going to fit in that environment. Whatever has happened or hasn't happened during the preseason, that's the preseason. During training camp, that's training camp. When the real bullets start flying and the games start counting and the records matter, we don't know what George Pickens is going to look like. When they lose a game and George Pickens feels like he was open in the end zone and Dak just didn't hit him, what's that crash out going to look like? What's that crash out going to look like in the press conference? And who is the guy that's going to pull him to the side and speak to him? He don't have Mike Tomlin over there anymore. He has Brian Schottenheimer and Jerry Jones. Right? Jerry Jones came out and said that Micah Parsons' agent told them to take their extension and stick it up their ass. This is what Jerry Jones said. He said Micah Parsons' agent said that. I don't know that the players fear Jerry Jones. I mean, you've got Micah Parsons openly talking about, I don't like how the owner is portraying me and I'm sick of it and I want to be traded. So you go into this environment and you say, yep, that duo is better than Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams. A duo that has shown you something versus a duo that has shown you nothing. Okay? Hold on, we got some. I don't really need to do anything with recording there. So a duo that has shown you something versus a duo that has shown you nothing. Cool. Ja'Marr Chase and T. Higgins have to be the number one duo in the league. I don't understand how they're not. Because if you want to say, all right, Ja'Marr Chase and Justin Jefferson are 1A, 1B, 1B, 1A, however you want to do it. Okay? If they are both number one at the top of the league, you have to look at T. Higgins, who is a much better number two than Jordan Addison. And then you have to go, okay, well, Ja'Marr Chase and T. Higgins makes number one duo in the league. Instead, you put A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith up there, which I don't understand. I even if you're an Eagles fan and you say, would you, if you had a choice between A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, Ja'Marr Chase and T. Higgins, you'd probably choose Ja'Marr Chase and T. Higgins. If you told an Eagles fan you can choose between the guys you got or Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. I don't know because Jordan Addison, he's okay. He doesn't move the needle, which is, again, I mean, when they played against us, Jordan Addison had 0 catches, no yards, no stats. So I don't understand how they are over the Detroit Lions. So to have 4 duos and a duo that has not ever played together, that's crazy. That's crazy. What up, though? Stay in vision. All right. Let's go ahead and get into these roster predictions. Okay. Now, we're going to get the chat involved in this. I need a chat volunteer to count. Okay? So when I make a cut, we starting at 90. When I make a cut, I need you to keep track and let me know once we get to 53. Okay? So who's going to do that in the chat, or anybody can do it in the chat? Just let's make sure. When I make a cut, we need to go ahead and mark it down. All right. So let's go to DetroitLions.com because that's obviously the most reliable source for their rosters. Let's see. Let me see where these are. Roster. Do they have a search on here? They don't have a search. Oh, they do. They have a search. Okay. All right. Let's search for roster. Wow. Detroit Lions roster. The featured search result is from 2019. What the? All right, I guess I'm gonna have to go to ESPN. Yeah, the starting number is 90. The starting number is 90. I'm gonna have to go to ESPN. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. So I had to go outside of ESPN, outside of DetroitLions.com to Google to get back to DetroitLions.com with the roster. That's freaking crazy. All right. Let's get it in. Let me put it up over here on this side of my screen. And then let me blow it up a little bit. Blow it up. Okay. All right. So right now our roster, they've got it in alphabetical order. All right. So alphabetical order is going to get me in a little bit of trouble. All right, let's go with depth chart instead of just roster. Okay, depth chart is what I need because that's going to help me figure out who's where. Okay, the 2025 unofficial depth chart compiled by Lions Football Communications. All right. So starting with offense. Okay, are y'all ready? Position wide receiver. We got Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond, Ronnie Bell. Let me see here. Just looking to see how we're moving this over. Is it okay? All right. So we've got Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond, Ronnie Bell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tom Kennedy, Dominic Lovett. Dang, they got all this stuff. Okay, this is crazy. So they've got roles, right? They've got 1, 2, wide receiver. Then they have left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle, tight end, then wide receiver, then quarterback. Okay, so it's yeah. I don't know why everything's not together. All right. So right now on our roster, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide receivers. Okay. We have Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond, Ronnie Bell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tom Kennedy, Dominic Lovett, Tim Patrick, Isaac Tesla, Jackson Meeks. Ronnie Bell gone. Let me see. I think Ronnie Bell is gone. Dominic Lovett. That's interesting for me. Okay, so Ronnie Bell is gone. Tom Kennedy is gone because Tom Kennedy never makes the roster. He's always on the practice squad. He's a practice squad legend. I feel like Dominic Lovett is gone. Lovett is gone. So we're going to remove Ronnie Bell, Tom Kennedy, and Dominic Lovett, and that's going to get us to 6 wide receivers. Now, Tim Patrick is an interesting one because Tim Patrick has had not a great camp. He hasn't had a great camp when he's had the opportunity to perform, and when he hasn't had the opportunity to perform, it's because he's been injured. Should I go out on a limb and say Tim Patrick is going to be cut? You think we need him? You think we need Tim Patrick? How tall is Jackson Meeks? 6'2"? Let me do this. Let me help y'all visualize this as well. I'll pull this up. Instead of me just talking about it, let's see. Window capture. Let's see. Okay, put that there. All right, now let's grab my camera and we'll put me down here. Okay. All right. So right now we're going to keep Tim Patrick. Okay? We're going to keep Tim Patrick, okay? So we got Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond, Ronnie Bell, and Ronnie Bell's cut, Dominic Lovett's cut, Tom Kennedy is cut. So I got 6 wide receivers. Okay. Now, left tackle, Taylor Decker, Dan Skipper, Giovanni Manu. Okay, this is tough. Okay. The reason this is tough is because Brad said that they might not have a lot of room for developmental players anymore. But I think if they keep any developmental players, it's gonna be Giovanni Manu. All right, Christian Mahogany, Netane Muti, Michael Nice. I think Michael Nice is gone. Okay, Michael Nice is gone. So that's another cut. See, if we click on these people, it's going to open to them. I don't want to open to them. I just want to copy the, hold on. Because I just want to keep track of the people that I said that I'm cutting. Alrighty, let's see here. All right, so let me see if I can just grab this and pull it. Okay, cool. Ronnie Bell, Dominic Lovett, okay, Tom Kennedy. Michael Nice. Okay. All right. We're in the swing of thing. What up, though, TaylorMade Media? What up, though, Art Vanderlei? We need to go get a legit backup center. We may get one after cuts. Yeah, I'm copying and pasting in a notepad, Stan Vision. So I got it now. All right. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got Ronnie Bell, Dominic Lovett, Tom Kennedy, Michael Nice. They're all cut. Graham Glasgow, Kingsley Aguakun, Tristan Colon. Graham Glasgow's injury, if y'all don't know, it was very minor, so he's not looking to miss any time. But both Kingsley Aguakun and Tristan Colon are backup centers. All right, I'm going to leave them there for now. All right. Tate Ratledge, Coyote Owasika, Zach Johnson. I don't even know who that is. He's cut. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know you, you're cut. That's Mason Miller is cut. He's not any good. All right. Jamarco Jones, Penei Sewell. I think Jamarco Jones stays. He was there last year. All right. Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, Shane Zylstra. Are there other? Oh, okay. Oh, there's all these other people over here. I thought I was looking. Okay. Jacoby Keeney James. He gone. Gunnar Britton is gone. Miles Frazier, I think, is out for the year. So if he goes on IR, then he doesn't count against the roster. But I'm not going to cut him. Uh, yeah, I don't think any of these guys make it. So Zach Horton is gone. Steven Stellanos is gone. I don't even know who he is. And Gunnar Oaks, I think, is gone. Someone was saying Zach Horton might stick because of his ability to play fullback or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, what percentage of plays do we use a fullback? You know, we've got so much creativity with the offensive line, the pulling guards, and all these other things. I don't feel like we use a fullback too much. So I don't think Zach Horton has the type of value that people think he does. Malik Taylor definitely is cut. Let's see who else. I'm at 78 already. You guys are correct. All right. So Malik Taylor is cut. Hendon Hooker. Hendon. I'm going to stand on business. I'm going to stand on business because I feel like Hendon Hooker has been awful. So I'm going to say Hendon Hooker's cut. He's not been good. Now he's gonna have to have a dynamic, dominant game tomorrow, but I don't know that that's gonna happen. All right, running back: David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Craig Reynolds, Sione Vaki. I think Jacob Sailors gets cut, and Deion Jackson gets cut. As I was saying before, I don't think that Jacob Sailors has done anything against the level of competition that Craig Reynolds does stuff against. Sione Vaki has been injured, but he was a draft pick just last year, and we know how it is with draft picks. So yeah, I don't think Jacob Sailors or Deion Jackson make this roster. Okay. So I've got 15 cuts from the offense? Okay. All right. Now let's go to the defense. See, edge, we got Aiden Hutchinson, Mitchell Agu, El Qadim Muhammad. Nate Lynn. Okay, y'all know me. I don't have y'all know me. Still the same OG. All right, I don't have any faith in Mitchell Good. So we're gonna go ahead and cut him. That sounds really bad, I know, but Mitchell Good, I think, is cut. Nate Lynn has been playing well. He didn't get into the season last year because he suffered a season-ending injury in the preseason. So since he's been playing well and has done what's been expected of him, I think he'll stay. Mitchell Agood, I think he'll find his way to the practice squad again. But we'll see. Based off of these people that we've cut, then we're going to go to the practice squad after that. So, of course, Tyleik Williams is going to make it. Ali McNeil is not even available. Mekhi Wingo is going to make it. Let's see. Miles Adams, Keith Cooper. You really can't make too many cuts along the defensive line. You know what I mean? All right, Roy Lopez, Pat O'Connor, Chris Smith. Got to do it to you, bro. I think out of that group, Broderick Martin is the odd man out. Though apparently he's having a good preseason, so I don't know, but I think he's got to go right now. If Tactical Sport comes in, he'll be happy on that one. All right. Marcus Davenport, Josh Pascal, Ahmed Hassanin, Isaac Uku. I think Isaac Uku is the odd man out there. Even though early season, I mean, Isaac Uku could make it onto the roster because Ahmed Hassanin is going to be out until the middle of the season. So says his father. And then Josh Pascal, man, I don't see how Josh Pascal gets another contract. This is his final year in Detroit. I think it's his final year in Detroit. I don't think he gets another contract. He's either hurt or injured. Not very productive in the passing game at all. 5 sacks in his entire career. That's like 1.3 sacks per year or something like that. He's hurt now. We thought he was going to be available for week 1. Now it looks like it's going to be even further out. We don't know if it's the cancer. We don't know what it is. So I don't know that Josh Pascal is long for this team. I feel like this is, he's not getting another contract. All right, linebackers, Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes, Zach Cunningham, Anthony Pittman, Ezekiel Turner. Y'all know this is easy for me. If you've been watching the show, you know this is very easy for me. Ezekiel Turner must go. Okay? Ezekiel Turner must go. All right. Okay. Alex Anzalone, Grant Stewart, Malcolm Rodriguez, Trevor Nowatzki, Deron Gilbert. Deron Gilbert is more like a hybrid safety linebacker. I just don't think he has a spot. And I feel like I might have to go back and add some additional cuts here. I don't know if I'm going to get to 53 with the way I'm doing it. More Zeke Turner hate. It's not hate. He's bad. He's not good at playing football. I mean, he may be okay on special teams, but all right, Amik Robertson and Avante Maddox in the nickel. Nobody to cut there. Cornerback, DJ Reed, Rock Yassin, Nick Whiteside, DJ Miller. Okay. I know they brought him up from the UFL, but I think he's gone. Luke Barco is gone. Don't know who that is. Alan George is gone. Tyson Russell is gone. More Zeke Turner hate. All right. Brian Branch, Lawrence Strickland, Eric Hallett. I just feel like Lawrence Strickland is gone, bro. I understand that there was all this hype about him last season for whatever reason. I don't know what it was for, but I think he's gone. I don't think Maurice Norris is gone. Ian Kennelly was undrafted. Eric Hallett has done nothing but perform throughout the preseason. So I would think Ian Kennelly is gone. I need 11 more cuts, bro. I need 11 more. And we're done with all that. Now we're just at special teams. None of this is happening. Okay. All right, let's go back. I've got 1, 2, 3. I got 6 wide receivers. Okay. I've got 6 wide receivers. I've got 1, 2, 3 tackles. Let's just do the linemen. How many linemen do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 because of Miles first. I think I have too many linemen. What do you guys think? How many linemen did we keep last season? I feel like there's got to be some more cuts from the line. Nita Moody has that viral block. We can't just have one left guard because I've already removed Michael Neese. If I just keep Christian Mahogany, that's going to put us... So he needs a backup. The only mainstays are at tackle. Okay, Mason Miller's gone, right? Jamarco Jones... All right, let's get rid of Jamarco Jones. All right. We know Coyote is not going anywhere. Now, Tristan Colon is currently injured. Does Jones play both tackle and guard? He might. I think we got to get rid of one of these centers. I'm going to remove Kingsley because Tristan Colon has NFL experience. Kingsley is more so a practice squad guy. So now I have what, 9 offensive linemen? I'm down to 62. You see, I got too many wide receivers. I got 6. But if I have too many, I have 1 too many. And I already cut Hendon Hooker, right? So I was cutting Hendon Hooker to get to 53 and to be able to keep 6 receivers. All right. So I got what? I'm at 62. I said I don't have 20 receivers. I've got 6. I'm removing them here. So I'll tell you the 6 that I have, so you can be up to date. I have JMO, I have Khalif, I have Amon Ra, Tim Patrick, Isaac Tesla, and Jackson Meeks. I've only got 6. Okay. Let's go down to the. Okay, I got Mitchell Good is gone. El Qadim Muhammad is gonna stay. This is tough. So I've already cut Ezekiel Turner. They're gonna keep Anthony Pittman for special teams. Deron Gilbert is gone. I don't think Trevor Nowatzki goes. They like him too much. The question is, if we remove another corner, it's gonna be either Khalil Dorsey or Nick Whiteside. Nick Whiteside has had an actual impact in camp, while Khalil Dorsey has been injured. Can't make the club in the tub. Sorry, Khalil. I think you're gone. All right. So I'm down to 61. Bruh. Whew. All right. I'm going to cut Chris Smith. It's going to put me at 60. Okay. So I can't solve for IR, right? Because I'm doing the 53-man roster, so I can't put people on IR. I think Ahmed Hassani will go on IR after the season starts, so that his season's not finished. I think the same thing will happen for Josh Pascal. I don't know how long he's going to be out. How many safeties do I have? I've got 4. I've got Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Maurice Norris, and Eric Hallett. So the problem is the people that are hurt, because I know the people that are hurt are going to go on IR at some point. Like Aleem McNeil he's probably gonna go on IR. But he's already. Does IR carry over? Or do you have to make a new designation? Because he obviously finished. I mean, we know he's coming back, so I feel he's like already on IR. Because he finished the season on IR. I got the locks are already in my head. Like all the starters are there. I'm just trying to figure out. All right, I'm gonna throw TaylorMade Media a bone here, and I'm gonna cut Pat O'Connor. I'm gonna cut Pat O'Connor, even though I don't think they're gonna cut him. All right, try to sneak Trevor Nowatzki into the practice squad. Okay, he's gone. Yeah, he'll be practice squad and protected. Um, okay, I'm at 58. All right, I need 5 more cuts. Did I cut Uku? I think I cut Uku, right? See, I want to cut Anthony Pittman, but then like we need people for. We're definitely keeping 3 tight ends. This is tough, bro. No, I think Cunningham is making it. That showed because he's only playing like when he goes into preseason, he'll start like he'll only play 1 quarter or something or a few series and he's out. I'm gonna go Maurice Norris to the practice squad. He's in concussion protocol right now. I think they'll be able to sneak him onto the practice squad. No, Hal is Hal is a safety. All right, I got Stay in Vision. I did not cut Norris yet. No, I didn't. I cut Strickland and Kennelly. Or Kennelly, however you say it. All right, so I'm at Mr. Detroit City is in here trolling again, talking about some cut golf. So I'm at 55 or I'm at 57. Yes, Horton. I've cut Horton already. Horton's already cut. I need 4 more cuts. I want to cut Josh Pascal so bad, bro. So I think like Anthony Pittman is gonna be special teams. If it's between Miles Adams and Keith Cooper Jr., I think we're gonna cut Miles Adams. All right, Miles Adams is cut. I think I cut Dorsey already. Yes, I cut Dorsey already. All right, I need 3 more cuts. Wow, this is tough, bro. This is tough. I think even though Nate Lynn has played well, We're going to cut him because El-Quadin Muhammad is there. He's got his spot. So Nate Lynn is cut. All right. I need 2 more cuts. Norris will self-deport. All right. I need 2 more cuts. I don't think Anthony Pittman gets cut. I really don't. Okay. Let's look at these defensive positions again. I might have to cut a wide receiver, bro. I don't. Like, Aleem McNeil already doesn't count against the roster because he's on IR. So do I really have to cut? Like, if someone is already on... Hold on. Wait a minute. If there are people that are already on IR that are designated for return, do they count? Does Malcolm Rodriguez currently count? Does Aleem McNeil currently count? Does Mekhi Wingo currently count? Does anybody have the because if it works that way, I don't have to cut anybody else. Because Aleem McNeil and Aleem McNeil and Malcolm Rodriguez and Mekhi Wingo, none of them would count. Somebody look that up for me. I'll look it up. Okay, so I said if a player finishes the season on IR, does he count against the roster the next season? It says no. A player who finishes the season on the injured reserve list does not count against the active roster for the following season, but they remain a part of the team. Their contract typically rolls over. Let me make sure this is football. Yes. So, and their contract typically rolls over unless released, and the team can retain their rights to them in the next season, though the player must still be activated to the active roster and counted towards the 53-man limit once medically cleared. Okay, so that means we're good already. So we can put Nate Lynn back, okay? Because Aleem McNeil, Malcolm Rodriguez, Mekhi Wingo are all on the whatchamacallit, on IR, and they don't count against the 53-man roster. So we're good with the cuts. Because where was I at? I was at 55. So if we put Nate Lynn back, and then we take off Aleem McNeil, Rodrigo, and Mekhi Wingo, we're at 53. So we're good. So Nate Lynn, I'm putting him back. Okay. Now, I've built out the 53, Taylor May. What do you mean? All right. So the people who have been cut: Ronnie Bell, Dominic Lovett, Tom Kennedy, Michael Neese, Zach Johnson, Mason Miller, Jacoby Keeney James, Gunnar Britton, Zach Horton, Steven Stylianos, Gunnar Oaks, Malik Taylor, Hendon Hooker, Jacob Sailors, Deion Jackson, Mitchell Agood, Broderick Martin, Isaac Uku, Ezekiel Turner, Deron Gilbert, DJ Miller, Luke Barco, Alan George, Tyson Russell, Lauren Strickland, Ian Kennelly, Jamarco Jones, Kingsley Aguakun, Khalil Dorsey, Chris Smith, Pat O'Connor, Trevor Nowaski, Maurice Norris, and Miles Adams. All right, so let's go with the. All right, Justin fan, we will see you later. Let's go with the practice squad. All right. So we're going to go. Maurice Norris is on the practice squad. The practice squad is 16 players, right? All right. So Maurice Norris, I'm putting on the practice squad. That's one. Okay. Let's see here. I don't want that. It's too big. Okay. Do you have 16 out of those cuts? We're going to see. All right. So Maurice Norris, I think, is going on the practice squad. I feel like Pat O'Connor, Trevor Nowaski are going to be on the practice squad. So we'll change those. Okay. So now I've got 3 on the practice squad. I think Khalil Dorsey is going to be on the practice squad. Kingsley Aguakun, practice squad. Ian Kennelly. Hendon Hooker. Dominic Lovett, Tom Kennedy. I mean, Tom Kennedy is a given. Y'all already know that. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got a few more that I can deal with here. Jacob Sailors, I think, could make the practice squad. I don't know if I have 16 here, but let's see what we got. Mitchell Agood and Broderick Martin, I think, are going to be on the practice squad. I just think Broderick Martin is going to be on the practice squad because, and Isaac Uku, Ezekiel Turner, Deron Gilbert. I think Broderick is going to be on the practice squad because Brad's not going to want to admit that it was just a complete bust. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Between Miles Adams and Lauren Strickland, I think we're gonna go Miles Adams because our defensive line was the one that got hit crazy last season. Okay, I got my 16-man practice squad. So the 16-man practice squad is Dominic Lovett, Tom Kennedy, Hendon Hooker, Jacob Sailors, Mitchell Agood, Broderick Martin, Isaac Uku, Ezekiel Turner, Deron Gilbert, Ian Kennelly, Kingsley Aguakun, Khalil Dorsey, Pat O'Connor, Trevor Nowaski, Maurice Norris, and Miles Adams. Our 53-man roster, going through it again, is Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Taylor Decker, Dan Skipper, Giovanni Manu, Christian Mahogany. Did I keep Muti? I think I kept Muti because he needs a backup. Graham Glasgow, Tristan Colon, Tate Ratledge, Coyote Awasika, Panay Sewell, Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, Shane Zylstra, Tim Patrick, Isaac Tesla, Jackson Meeks, Jared Goff, Kyle Allen, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Craig Reynolds, Sione Vaki, Aiden Hutchinson, Al Quadin Muhammad, Nate Lynn, Tyleek Williams, Keith Cooper, DJ Reed Durr, Roy Lopez, Marcus Davenport, Josh Pascal, Ahmed Hassanin, Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes, Zach Cunningham. Did I put Pittman on the... No, Pittman is, he's there. I left Pittman there. Zach Cunningham, Anthony Pittman, Alex Anzalone, Grant Stewart, Amik Robertson, Avante Maddox, DJ Reed, Rock Yassin, Nick Whiteside, Terrion Arnold, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Eric Hallett. That is the 53-man roster. Obviously, you've got Jake Bates and Jack Fox and Hogan Hatton. Right. All right. Because his last name starts with a... Whose last name starts with an A? Adams? So I think that's our 53-man roster position prediction. Yeah. Any surprises that you guys got? Again, I'll read off the cuts. Let's see the cuts, and then I did come back with the practice squad. So my cuts, all in all, including the practice squad players, were Ronnie Bell, Dominic Lovett, Tom Kennedy, Michael Neese, Zach Johnson, Mason Miller, Jacoby Keeney James, Gunnar Britton, Zach Horton, Steven Stylianos, Gunnar Oaks, Malik Taylor, Hendon Hooker, Jacob Sailors, Deion Jackson, Mitchell Agood, Broderick Martin, Isaac Uku, Ezekiel Turner, Deron Gilbert, DJ Miller, Luke Barco, Alan George, Tyson Russell, Lauren Strickland, Ian Kennelly, Jamarco Jones, Kingsley Aguakun, Khalil Dorsey, Chris Smith, Pat O'Connor, Trevor Nowaski, Maurice Norris, and Miles Adams. All right. So are you guys surprised by any of those cuts? Are you surprised that I kept 6 receivers? Are you surprised by anything? Let me know in the chat. And before we go, we're gonna do mailbag. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we reading you? Mailbag. Snicks, mailbag. Get your mailbag questions in. Get them in. Bask in it. All right. Let us make this change while I'm waiting on your opinions and your mailbags and all of that good stuff right there. All righty. Oh, that's the wrong one. Psych, that's the wrong number. What is happening here? Okay. Alrighty. We back. Okay. What y'all got? What y'all got? What y'all got? Mailbag, how disappointed would you be if the Lions Brain Trust decided to retain Hendon Hooker's services? I mean, I wouldn't be disappointed because he's gonna be the third guy on the list, but I'd be more disappointed for somebody like Jackson Meeks, who, has worked his butt off and I think has earned a spot on this team, whereas Hendon Hooker has not. I mean, Hendon Hooker may have worked his butt off and all that, but he hasn't earned a spot on this team because his play has been otherwise, Mailbag, what bus is your boy Zeke Turner riding out of Detroit heading down 75? Greyhound. Any Greyhound bus leading out of Detroit, Ezekiel Turner, see you later. I know you got it for the bus ticket, you know what I'm saying? But if you need a little bit, I can put something on it. I can help you out. I can slide you about $5 to facilitate your exit. Mailbag, now that you've cut a cat like number 95, how valuable was he to last season's roster? Everybody was valuable to last season's roster that played on the defense. And even Ezekiel Turner had some value. It wasn't defensive value, it was special teams value because he was awful on defense. But I don't know if they cut him. I would say he probably has a better opportunity to make the roster than Hendon Hooker. What happens if the Texans fold up some of the Lions' depth tomorrow? Well, if they get folded up for a lengthy amount of time, then some of these predictions would be wrong. Some of these people would retain their spots on the team. So that's what I believe. All right. Mailbag, do you have a caged kangaroo in your studio? I don't have a caged kangaroo anywhere. I do want a kangaroo as a pet, but he will not be in a cage. He will have to be in the backyard or something. So, yes, it is what it is. All right. I appreciate y'all for coming through, hanging out, stopping by. There's no drink today. There's not even a cup. But we did have a conversation about the Lions 53-man roster. So let me know what y'all thought about it in the comments below. If you are watching this on repeat, make sure you let me know what you think about the 53-man roster prediction. And we shall see you guys, well, tomorrow because, we got a game. So appreciate you once again. The Motor City Cats R&D back at it. We came to give you stats, not none of that static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. And we are